Verse 711. It is on account of general usage that a dualistic discrimination is set up as regards persons and things, but this is not clearly understood by the ignorant, so that the thought of an ego soul and individual objects is cherished. So it's an account of general usage, general understanding. And in the previous video I was speaking about how this general understanding involves causes and conditions. And even within a spiritual context, so-called spiritual context, this idea of causes and conditions is still paramount. If you think in terms of karma and rebirth, you get reborn according to your past karma. You get reborn according to the conditions that were set up in a previous life. And as I said in the previous video, the only time we should be applying any notion of causes and conditions is to our own immediate situation. The question we need to ask is, why am I not enlightened right now? Or, to get rid of the personal ego soul element, we can express it in terms of, why is consciousness not liberated here? But just to make it easier, I'll revert to the everyday use with the understanding that it doesn't make sense to talk in terms of personal liberation. The reason though why I am not liberated right now is because I'm caught up in a mood. I'm caught up in my sensibilities. This is the reason for non-enlightenment. So this is how we apply the Buddha's teaching on conditionality. We look at why we are not enlightened right now. Not in any judgmental sense. We're being forensic, analytical, scientific. We look at our sensibilities, our mood that is prevalent right now. It might be a rather grumpy, restrictive mood, or rather baffled mood, or we might be feeling quite good. We might be feeling, yeah, I think I might be enlightened. We've got to be careful with good moods though, and see whether it's part of a pattern or not. I suspect if you're in a good mood though, you might not be listening to this. You'll be off enjoying a good mood. It doesn't actually matter what mood you're in, what sort of mood. The main thing is to observe and come back to witnessing. And if there's some good feelings that come along with that, that's great, but remain in the witnessing. Remain in the witnessing. So this is the basic limitation that we need to be aware of. And that limitation is the understanding that there's a me here experiencing a world out there. This is the fundamental dualistic discrimination. So we get caught up with an ego soul, an idea of me here, and of individual objects, which are cherished. Cherished is quite a nice word, but it's a bit more insidious than that. They're cherished by what? They're actually cherished by the attention. It's what the attention gets involved in all the time. And this is what we can examine. Where's the attention right now? If it's other than here, then it's caught up in cherishing. And it's buying into the idea of something out there which can benefit me over here. So you might be listening to these videos in the hope of getting certain understanding, and so you direct your attention outwards. But if you haven't done so already, I'm going to suggest let go of this video, let go of trying to understand these words, and allow the attention to be where you are, because that's where the words are. You're not hearing the words from over here, you're hearing the words where you are. If you can appreciate that, then you're practicing. You're practicing the attention being at rest and not putting it out anywhere. There's actually nowhere to put it out to. The attention doesn't actually go anywhere except into ideas of out there. The attention is always here. But we have this mental map, this construction, and we're focusing on the map. The attention's on the map. But the map, however useful it is not reality. So let's just scrunch it up and throw it away. It's like switching off the television after sitting watching it for too long. It's something of a relief. And there's a feeling of coming back to yourself, which can be a bit disconcerting. But let's not be disconcerted. Let's just stick with the relief. And once we're here, once the attention's here, and we're happy for it to be here, then this is consciousness liberated. And at this point, we can start to generate nirvana. Because we're no longer taking our cue from limited notions of persons, of a person and a world. We can appreciate the fullness of being. It's like a lucid dream, which is when you realize that you're actually dreaming, and that you need not be bound by anything. And there's a wonderful feeling. And we can now begin to live in this feeling. This is consciousness unbound, consciousness liberated. The will is now its own. And this understanding is spelt out in the next verse, which I'll continue with in the next video.